Hello and welcome to the Motorway Man and welcome to the Motorway Quiz 15, the last Motorway quiz I'll be doing this year. But don't ever fear, because if you do like these episodes, I've done another 14, so you can head to the playlist section of my channel and you can check out my Motorway quizzes and you'll find the other 14 on there. So before we get into things, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll be telling you the rules of the 15th quiz before we get going. So I'm going to read you each question twice. I will then give you 7 seconds to think of your answer to the question. I will then reveal the answer, and of course, once we've finished, you can give yourself a mark out of 7, and if you want to, you can comment your final score down below, and I'll either congratulate you or say better luck next time. It depends. It depends how you do, I suppose. So let's get straight into things with question 1. What county does the M6 start in? Is it Warwickshire, Leicestershire, or Buckinghamshire? What county does the M6 start in? Is it Warwickshire, Leicestershire, or Buckinghamshire? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is Leicestershire. Leicestershire is just one of the many counties that the M6 passes through on its long journey, over 200 miles of its length. And by the way, it's not in Leicestershire for very long, because it does cross into Warwickshire pretty soon after, because its first junction, Junction 1, that is actually in Warwickshire, so it's not in Leicestershire for very long. So great job if you didn't fall for the trick there, and you did lock in Leicestershire as your final answer. Question 2. What is the longest motorway in Northern Ireland? You gotta make it tricky, guys. You know, it is the last one of the year after all. Is it the M1, the M12, or the M22? This is one for my Northern Irish viewers. What is the longest motorway in Northern Ireland? The M1, the M12, or the M22? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is the M1. The M1 is the longest motorway in Northern Ireland. It's 38 miles long, because obviously Northern Ireland is a smaller country, and unlike the rest of Great Britain, they have their own numbering system. They don't use ours, they use their own, which is why there's an M1 in Northern Ireland, and the much more well-known M1, which we'll find in England, of course. Question 3. Oval services can be accessed from the A45, and what motorway? The M1, the M2, or the M3? Oval services can be accessed from the A45, and what motorway? The M1, the M2, or the M3? The correct answer is, of course, the M1. I did make a video about this 2 weeks ago, so for those of you who have a good memory, you may have remembered. If not, if you guessed correctly, superb job there. Time for question 4. If I wanted to travel from Newcastle to Darlington, what motorway would I use? Would I use the A1M, the M1, or the A195M? If I wanted to travel from Newcastle to Darlington, what motorway would I use? You might just know this if you live in the area. Is it the A1M, the M1, or the A195M? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is the A1M. The city of Newcastle and the town of Darlington are mostly linked by the A1M road. So out of the options there, that would be the one that you would take. Speaking of Darlington, it's what's considered a large town. It's got 107,000 people living there according to the last census, and is located 13 miles west of Middlesbrough and 17 miles to the south of Durham. So there's a fun fact about Darlington there. Question 5. What is the highest numbered junction on the M4? And by that I mean, if you're driving on the M4, what's the highest junction number you could drive to? Is it 18, 36, or 49? What is the highest numbered junction on the M4? Is it go up to junction 18, junction 36, or junction 49? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is 49. The M4 is one of the longest motorways in the country, and you can go all the way up to junction 49. So great job there if you did lock in 49 as your answer. Time for question 6. The M32 runs to near what city? Bristol, London or Wells? The M32 runs to near what city? Bristol, London or Wells? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is Bristol. The M32 is a very short motorway with just a handful of junctions that will take you from the main M4 into Bristol city centre. Fun fact about Wells, by the way, option C there. Wells is a very small city with only a population of just around 11,000, which for a city in this country is pretty small. And lastly, question 7. Pont Abraham services can be found at what junction of the M4 motorway? Is it at junction 21, junction 42 or junction 49? Pont Abraham services can be found at what junction of the M4 motorway? Junction 21, 42 or 49? For the last time, here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is junction 49. Roadchef's Pont Abraham services is found at the very end of the M4 motorway in Wales and is the only 24-hour service station in the region, or certainly one of the few. So great job there if you locked in junction 49. And actually, because today is the last motorway quiz of the year, I have to make it a bit special. I'm tossing in a bonus point, as you may have noticed in the right hand side of the slide, I always have a photograph, and this one I was taken at a service station. So I was wondering, what service station is this in the photograph? Is it Baldock, Beaconsfield or Stafford? I'll just toss a zoomed in picture of the service station there on the screen. Nice trees, nice lake. Clearly that was taken some months ago in the summer. So what service station is in this photograph? This is just a bonus point. It's just for fun. You don't have to include it in your out of 7 total. Is it Baldock, Beaconsfield or Stafford? Here's your 7 seconds. The correct answer is Stafford Services, Stafford South to be precise, which is the Roadchef operated side, because obviously Stafford's one of the few service stations where the north and southbound have different operators, with the northbound being operated by Motor, of course. So thanks for watching the Motorway Quiz 15, my last quiz of the year. Be sure to swing by next week for the last service station tour of the year. Hopefully I'll make it a good one for all of us. And of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video and I shall catch you in the next one. Goodbye.